I believe we are live. Let me just... Oop, computer's being weird. Let's double check. There we go. We are getting an ad. Love it. Oh, it doesn't let me skip this one. Well, oh well. We're back. It is Sunday. Welcome in. We have some exciting stuff going on today. Christopher Likes already in the chat saying hello, everyone. I did mention on the Discord this past week that I have a fun announcement to make at 9 p.m. today. Not doing it at the start of the stream because people kind of trickle in, so give it some time halfway through the stream. Once everybody's in, we'll have some fun. But kicking it off, it seems like we're in the United Kingdom. And you can tell because the vibe, obviously, this just is the United Kingdom. And then if you look at this van over here, it says realmac.co.uk. So, I think for the first country in this newest streak, we can lock in the United Kingdom. Any objections to that? Got Lincoln, Northampton, UK plates on all these cars. Seems like we're all good. So let's lock in United Kingdom. We love it. Moving on. We have interesting. Can't say. I mean, Balkan? Oh, I think this is Malta. Why do I think it's Malta? A, it looks like Malta. I see Christopher Likes saying Morocco, W Dig saying Malta for the win. Hello, W Dig. Good to see you in the chat. I'm thinking Malta because we've got stop in English, left-hand drive, right? Yeah, left-hand drive. And it just kind of looks like Malta. I think those together. And W Dig saying Merbach means welcome. I have no idea if I said that correctly, but let's do it. Christopher Likes saying makes sense. Awesome. We are all on board then. We got Malta. Next up, we've got unofficial coverage, it seems, which we love. And we are in Finland. It's that easy. It is just that easy. Okay, W Dig saying also the H with two lines in the middle. I'd never seen that H before. I was kind of confused about what that was. I'd never seen it in any sort of... You know how we're used to characters that we aren't accustomed to in English by seeing them on here? I'd never seen that on here before. It just really threw me off. Ill-Tired saying, I have arrived. Welcome in, Ill-Tired. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and made some amazing Sunday meal, as always. Sammy Marco saying Finland. I think you're right, Sammy Marco. Let's do it. You are correct. We are in Turku. Which, completely honest, until I saw Helsinki on the sign, for whatever reason, I thought Turku was in Estonia. So, good thing the sign had said Helsinki too. Christopher Likes saying great video today, Sammy Marco. Sammy Marco saying Turku is a cool city. I know virtually nothing about it, unfortunately, other than, well, now I know it's in Finland, not Estonia. It's Sammy Marco saying thanks, Christopher Like. That was your video on Springfield, Virginia, right? Pan Bebidas Fruteria. Alimentación Frutos Secos. ¿Dónde estamos? Nuevo sabor. Oh, is that an EU plate? What? Huh. W Dig saying Turku Tartu things. Is there a Tartu in Estonia? Is that where the confusion was? Am I not as... No. I am as dumb as I thought I was. Awesome. Rory Shea saying, yo. What's up, Rory Shea? I think these are Spanish bins, I'm pretty sure. Let's look. We should get the region on the bin or not. Oh, okay, yes, it's center right bottom in Estonia. I feel like if I'm not fine, there's Tartu. That okay? Yes, that is what I was thinking of then. Haha, I am not stupid. Iltard saying you're having okay Thai beef dish with fried egg over rice. Love that. Oh, that reminds me. I walked past a Thai place last night, and they had the beer boxes outside, and some of it was written in Thai, and I had a freak out because I was like, "Oh my god, that's Thai! I've never seen it anywhere other than GeoGuessr." I was so happy for a second. I didn't point it out to my friends because I was like, "This is too weird," but I was very happy about that. But this is, I mean, we're seeing Spanish pollos. There we go. I don't think they're Peruvian pollos, though, because we have EU plates. EU plates in Spanish pretty much means Spain. If we could find it, yep, there we go. Stop sign in English. That pretty much seals it. And this looks royal of some sort, and the only Spanish-speaking country with a monarchy is Spain. So we don't even need to read those billboards. Any objections to España? Yep, Christopher likes saying España. Let's do it. Love it. Where is this? Cartagena. Not the Cartagena that would initially come to mind, but Cartagena nonetheless. Semi Marco saying España, Mandar. I feel like I'm going to hold off on saying something. Okay, yes, glad I held off on saying something. This is Portuguese right here, I think. Might be Spanish. Not seeing enough. Here we go. EU plates right here. Love it. Ah, I think these are Italian plates. And W. Dick saying, or Italian. Yep, I think this might be Italy. I know we just passed a sign, but I feel like I don't need to read every sign here. This should be fairly quick. Yep. Yeah, this is Italian. This is so 100% Italian. And, get this, we know it's not San Marino because we got water. San Marino is landlocked. Zoe saying favorite thing about Sundays, AO fam. Love to see in the chat, Zoe. Love to hear. Favorite part about Sundays is my favorite part about Sundays too. Always look forward to it. I woke up at noon today and was like, it's noon. But was comforted by the fact that we had this tonight. It's always the best thing before going back into the work week. I think we're good with Italy. Kat saying happy Sunday evening all. Happy Sunday evening, Cats. Though, is it still, I guess for you, 5 o'clock? Would you call that afternoon or evening? I guess 5 o'clock's evening. Yeah. Zoe asking morning person or night person? Night person. Total night person. Impossible for me to wake up in the morning. I just can't. I try. I was on a good streak before I moved. Have not gotten back into that. I'm going to try to wake up early tomorrow, though. Probably won't happen because I had breakfast at 1:30 p.m. and a coffee at that time too. Christopher likes saying all number ones in the final four, FYI. Dude, I don't know if anyone other than W. Dig or I have looked at the, also I'm doing Italy, looked at the GeoPimps March Madness bracket. But kind of killing it. Warishay saying go Gators. Big up the Gators. That's who W Dig and I both have to win it. Super psyched. I will be a bandwagon Gators fan for the final, if they make it. Semi-final right now. Not that I'm necessarily bandwagoning, but I just didn't go there. Always supported, you know? W. Dick saying, I told so many people not to have all number ones in their bracket. That's the thing. It's you can't do that because one of them is going to mess up and get knocked out. Like it's just so. It's too risky. It's you'd think. It's the reason why no one ever gets a perfect bracket is because the number ones never do that. But weird world. Also, this is feeling Croatian. Yeah, Rory Shea saying, go Gators. Love Gators. W. Diggs saying, yeah, Ewan kind of cooked in his bracket, not going to lie. I did cook. I was cooking. Not a food guy, as we know, but I can cook. Rory Shea saying, me too now, but I'm not a bandwagon. Fair enough. W. Diggs saying, crazy comeback from UF yesterday. Who did they have yesterday? Last I was aware it was Sweet 16, honestly, and then I checked today and was like, oh, yikes. Ill-tired, rolling your eyes. What at? I feel like this is almost certainly Croatia. This is nice. What are these flags? That's a Croatian flag, right? You might need to move your head close to the screen to see this, but I'm very sure that is a Croatian flag. Oh, cooking. Yeah, fair enough. That's fair to roll your eyes at. Yep, Cat saying Croatia send. Yes, that's the flag. Anyone disagree with that? I feel like we're good here. Oh, okay. W. Dick saying they beat Texas Tech and we're down by 10 with a few minutes left. Massive turnaround. Love that. That was awesome. Where is this? Okay. This isn't normal tourist Croatia. But it did have English. All right, this is Chile. 100%. It was so sad watching American play whoever I don't even remember who they played. But watching it go from a couple point deficit to 10-point deficit to just getting absolutely demolished. So it's nice to see that some people are coming back from the 10-point deficits. Yep, Spanish. Who would have thought? And over here we got... Oh, cool, .cl. That's helpful in confirming what we already knew, and that being that this is the Republic of Chile. Any objections to that? Cat saying Chile send. Clicking on Chile. Any objections? Going once. Going twice. Chile. Nice. Antofagasta. Exactly where we would have expected to be. Now we have... This says bus. I feel like this... I'm not actually going to say anything. This is how I make an idiot out of myself. It's by just saying things before we've actually looked somewhere. Okay. I was going to say this looks like Spain. And I would have been correct in that. Well, maybe correct in that. This is Spain in Catalan. Andorra la Vela, Escaldes. So, yes, okay. Katz is saying Andorra, W. Diggs saying Andorra, Christopher likes saying Andorra. Let's do Andorra. Zoom in on it. Amazing. We love it. What was that time we knew it was Andorra and I clicked on Spain anyway? Was that how that went down? Yep, and Ill-Tired just walked away to pick up food. You missed the Andorra round. Ill-Tired, our resident Andorran. Oof, trauma. Oh, that was in the 12-hour streak? I remember that. In that case, I think that was a justified mistake. So, what do we have here? We have some cows. We love it. Nowhere is immediately jumping out to me just yet. Exactly, Christopher. Like, I was waiting for you to say it. Moo. You're Right on the money with that. Big moo. I'm trying to catch up to this van. Maybe get a look at the plate. There's so many places this could be. I feel like no, there's really no guess at this point. But I want to make a guess, but I'm not confident in it. Does anyone have the faintest clue here? Where's the sun? Sun's to the south. I did not expect that. Okay. Christopher like saying Balkans comes to mind for me. Okay. I can get behind that. I think you could be right. I will be so honest, I was thinking Peru. But the landscape in the distance doesn't line up. I was just looking at this road, that car, and thinking, maybe. W. Dick saying maybe Italy, Spain. Okay. I feel like the dirt road makes me think it's not Italy, Spain, but who knows? Tons of cows. Cows are pretty prominent in Spain, so we could be maybe north of Spain, north of Italy. Here we go. They stopped. And they don't have an EU plate. And they're out walking around. That plate is interesting. That's not a commercial vehicle either. That's a personal van. So that should have, if it were Italy or Spain or Balkan, it would have an EU plate. Or the European style plate. It would have blue on the plate. That's all white on the front and back. That is fair, Christopher. Like, cars travel. Cars do travel. Yikes. Well, that was the one car. So we keep on going. Let's go a little faster. Zoe's saying Greece. Greece is a good one. But again, my concern is the plate. Yeah, these aren't European plates. That is very much not a European plate. What is this truck? Oh boy. I do not know where we might be. You know what? I've got a weird thought. I've got a really weird thought. Christopher like is maybe reading my mind a bit here. Zoe, yeah, I was also thinking Peru for a bit, but the sun being to the south means that we are north of the equator, which gives us, oh, look at that. I think literally none of Peru. Does the equator go right above the, that's wild. Yeah, I'm in Katz is echoing what Christopher like said, Kyrgyzstan or Mongolia. I think this could be Mongolia. That's the meta with this tarp here, isn't it? It's Mongolian? I would lean more toward Mongolia here than I would Kyrgyzstan. Cool, we're out of coverage. So we have to go back. So back to the beginning, and now we turn around. If we could, or no, seeing something in Cyrillic wouldn't even help, because those are both countries that use the Cyrillic alphabet. Where might we be? I'm seriously feeling Mongolia at this point. Just because of how desolate it is. Because that's the whole, like, if we look at Mongolia, there are so few roads in the country. And they're not really paved generally either. I think I remember hearing that at some point. It's just a vast expanse. Stuck between two major powers. Here we go. Little hut. Please be in Cyrillic. If it's in Latin script, I will be extremely confused. There we go. That's something. I'm very convinced this is Mongolia. It almost has to be. He's always saying Mongolia. They were cows. I can get behind Mongolia. Any objections to Mongolia? And the motorbikes. Yeah, the mountains just aren't tall enough to beat Kyrgyzstan. But I can report back on that in 2 weeks once I've been to Kyrgyzstan. This will be exciting. Yeah, I think a week from right now, I'll be in Kazakhstan. So, super exciting. Obviously, no stream next week, if that wasn't... I know I pointed it out last week, but just another reminder, no stream next week, because I will be... I don't even know how many time zones I had. I think I will actually be landing in Kazakhstan at this time at like 4 in the morning next week. Cat saying, "Oh, you're going there soon, eh? Enjoy." Thank you. Thank you, it'll be fun. I've got an ankle brace on my ankle, which will be great, and my ankle's getting worse. We love that. Can't wait to... We're doing a horse trek in Kyrgyzstan, which I've definitely mentioned. So, starting to get concerned about my ability to do that, but we will see. The cat's saying, looking forward to your pics and videos. Thanks, looking forward to sharing them, and I'm looking forward to sharing some other pics and videos here in 37 minutes. Okay, 5:23 a.m. in Almaty right now. Well, I will be on the ground in Kazakhstan then at this time next week. All right, well, let's do Mongolia. Love it. Tired saying, narrowed my April trip down to South Korea or Taiwan. Gonna be awesome. Need the points award tickets to open up. That's soon. April is in 2 days. Like, props to you for not having that scheduled yet and going in April. I love it. Also, Bill Tired, what is that area code? Actually, wait, is that US or Canadian? Oh, here we go. Maximum 50. That, wait, let me math. Does that make more sense? That makes more sense, Canada. Yeah, there we go, Canada. Oh yeah, good point, W-Dig. Tons is definitely Canada. Very good point. All right, cool. We're good with Canada. Canada. And Kat saying, yeah, that's why I decided to do a layover in Istanbul. Didn't want to arrive in Bishkek at 4 a.m., land at 9 a.m. instead. That's smart. I'm starting to get concerned because my flight is to Istanbul in a week. And I don't know if y'all have been watching the news, but that'll be fun because the plan was to go into the city. But that might be interesting. But yeah, Kat saying, yay, Canada. Vorishay saying, more sense, Canada. Yep, completely. And Zoe saying you needed to do the math. 50 miles per hour in a residential is crazy. I totally agree, but I feel like there are some places in the States where 50 in a residential is just totally normal. I feel like I've seen that. Also, Spanish. Wait, what? Yeah, Spanish. W Dig saying, OMG, totally missed that Istanbul news. That's wild. Yeah. Erdogan imprisoned the mayor of Istanbul who was running against him, and so now the country is protesting. And we can obviously get into Istanbul safely. It's a 7-hour layover in Istanbul, and the thinking is, go to the Hagia Sophia, get a kebab, get back to the airport. But our concern now is, what if we get stuck in a protest on the way back and we miss our flight to Kazakhstan? So, we're going to play it by ear. Which will be great. Yep, okay, cool. This is Spain. Very clearly Spain. Anyone object to that? Yep, Cat saying Spain. Iltired saying, see if you can do a guided structured tour. I don't think we have time, honestly. It's a 7-hour layover in Istanbul. And it's going to be 3-ish hours of getting to and from the airport. So, and then 2 to 3 hours to go through customs. We realistically have like an hour in the city. But yeah, Cat saying see where the protests are. That's kind of the plan, is get off the plane, see if anything's happening that day, and roll with it. Or at least that's the plan in my head. Need to see how my friend feels about that. But this is definitely Spain. Yeah, Iltard saying movie star, I feel Portugal maybe. But this is Spanish language. Yep, completely agree. Love it. We're at 11. Wilderness. We love wilderness. This feels like... No, I'm not going to say anything. I will keep it to myself. The sun is to the south. So northern hemisphere. But yeah, it should be cool. I'm excited to share pictures from Istanbul. I'm going to be trying out Uzbekistan's high-speed rail system, which will be awesome. Super excited for that. These are, I think... Hold up. That stop sign... What does that stop sign say? It says stop. These plates... I can't see the blue on these plates to tell if they're European. This looks Croatian. So let's keep moving. Why are all of the plates lacking the blue? I can't think of anywhere that doesn't have it. Definitely Balkan. But where? English stop signs, but no European plates is throwing me off. It's so weird. Cat saying maybe those cars haven't been converted to EU yet. Yeah, but where would that be then? Which car has EU plates, you're saying? I don't see any. Maybe this is... I'm trying to think. I think Romania was late to the... Romania still isn't Schengen, is it? But it has EU plates. And this isn't Romanian anyway. Okay, Cat saying Romania is now Schengen. Good to know. Ooh, here we go. Another car. Let's investigate. Come on, come on. No, cool. Kuseli Biskupi. Where? Definitely a Balkan language. So where is it not? It's not Greece, it's not Bulgaria, it's not Romania, it's not Serbia, it's not North Macedonia. It essentially has to be Croatia or Albania. And I don't think it's Albanian. Could be Slovenia, but none of it makes sense with the lack of EU plates. Zoe asking, can you go back a step and show the house there? Sure. This house here. Nice yellow house. We got these houses over here. And there was another one back here, wasn't there? No, this is a construction site. WDig saying it does kind of look Croatian. It really does. But we just... It's the plates that are throwing me off. Why are the plates not... Wait! Croatia's new to the EU plates. That's why so many Croatian cars have the HR sticker on them. Because you needed that to travel between countries. You needed the sticker that said HR. Which is the Croatian country code. Am I insane there, or am I actually onto something? Christopher likes saying, feel like we're playing the latest version of Jet Lag the game. I need to catch up. I haven't seen Jet Lag in like 2 years. I keep seeing it come up on my YouTube feed, and I never end up watching it. Cat saying I might be onto something. All right, I'm cooking. Zoe asking, how did they get HR from Croatia? I think the R is Republic, and then, yeah. Cat saying Hrvatska. That is Croatia in Croatian. Right? That's looking less like Croatian. Could be... I don't think it's Albanian, though. This is weird. Okay, yeah, Cat's saying not Albanian. Let's look around. Plus 385, no idea where that is. Okay, WDig saying definitely not Albania too. Let's meander. What do we got going on? There we go. Yep. I was cooking. HR sticker. It is Croatia, almost definitely. Does anyone disagree with that? I big brained that. Absolutely big brained that. Christopher likes saying Croatia. WDig saying Hrvatska. Let's do it. Yep, Cat saying that's definitely Croatia. Love it. Absolutely love it. Sick. Okay. Sun is to the south? Yes. Just. So, we can't go this way, which would be helpful. Let's go this way. Few immediate thoughts. So this truck is normal in Rwanda, but this is Oman. This is an Omani bin. Yep, Katz is saying Oman. This is one of those moments, I've mentioned this before, like if someone who wasn't familiar with GeoGuessr was watching and just saw us do like, oh, we're driving through and oh, this is clearly an Omani trash can. And then we do that. It looks kind of insane. That's kind of ridiculous. And we all knew, like, Kat said Oman, Christopher like said Oman. I knew it was Oman. That's weird. That is really weird. Sammy Marco saying, how do you know it's Oman? It was an Omani crash can. It's really that simple. It's so weird, but it is. Yeah, exactly, Cats. We know the Omani meta now. Yeah, Zoe's saying, as someone who's not familiar at all, that was crazy. See, it's like, it looks impressive, but it's just, oh, I remember that trash can. It's so funny. But yeah, Christopher likes saying trash cans are gold in GeoGuessr. I love my favorite, oh, here we go, Spanish. The Auckland City Council bins, just perfect. Perfect. And yeah, W. Dick saying the GeoGuessr Championships came up on my YouTube feed today, and those people are insanely good. Yeah, I don't even bother. Like, I'll see it on Instagram Reels and just be like, what are you all doing? It's insane. But yeah, Sammy Marco saying, I mean an Omani trash can and not a UAE or Yemen trash can. It just is. It just is. And Sammy Marco saying, you just remembered. That's insane. This is a Peñarol. I definitely said that wrong, but this is a Uruguayan soccer team. So I believe we are in Uruguay, and it would track with the Spanish, the general look of this, and, well, Peñarol. Yep, exactly. Football meta. Exactly. We love it. We love the football meta. We got the trash can meta in Oman. We got the football meta in Uruguay. We're chilling. We love it. Anyone object to Uruguay? I promise that is Peñarol. They were founded by a Glaswegian. Fun fact. Anything else going on here? Are we gonna turn the corner and it says Bienvenidos a Argentina? I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's do it. Oops. Yep, love it. Football meta, gotta love it. Sammy Marco saying the sun meta is craziest when you don't understand. Sun meta is, I imagine that would be incredibly funny. To some, well, maybe not funny, but wild. I feel like anytime, like, because navigating by the sun is simple if you just understand the sun. But I've done that before where I haven't had my phone on me or something and I've navigated by the sun and I feel like a genius when it's just like, I know the sun should be west right now because it's 4 p.m. You know? And Zoe's saying, please explain sun meta. Sun meta in the context of GeoGuessr, which, again, similar thing. When someone navigates by the sun, it's just impressive, despite it being simple once you understand it, is... So... Because of the Earth's tilt, essentially, if you're in the northern hemisphere, the sun will be slightly more to the south, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, the sun will be slightly more to the north. That's just because we live on a ball. So anyone ever tells you the Earth's flat, tell them to look at the sun and be like, well, don't look directly into it. But it'll be slightly to the south. Most of you, I think all of you are in the northern hemisphere. But yeah, fun fact. I know people who chose their houses because they were choosing between two different houses on the other side of the street. It was an east-west street. Both houses had backyards, and they chose the house on the south side of the street so that the sun would shine into their backyard. If that makes sense. But that's the sun meta. And beer meta's top tier. Beer meta's really good for Mexico. The Sammy Marco saying Glaswegian, is that how you say a person from Glasgow? Yes, that is how you say someone from Glasgow. They're Glaswegian. But we saw Northern Indian script or Bangladesh. We've got to catch up in the chat. Yeah, El Tired saying I can navigate by night based on the stars, but no astrometa in GeoGuessr. Yeah, that's impressive, but unfortunately we can't use it in GeoGuessr. Zoe saying, what about time and seasons? Seasons, no idea. Time, also, time, like I would do, if the sun is low and you know it's late in the day, then it's past noon, then you're like, it's close to sundown, I guess. I can't do exact times. People, you can do it by the shadows, but I have no idea how to do that. Sammy Marco saying, Nav by the sun IRL is amazing, connects us to our ancestors. That's, I did it one time in a video when I was cycling around London and I couldn't use a map. I was using the sun because I knew it was like 2 p.m. and it was like, well, that way's west. It was pretty funny. Felt like a genius. Cat saying, here the people prefers that the sun shines on the driveway so the snow melts easily. Canada moment. That's it. That is a certified Canada moment. Ill Tired saying LK maybe, not set in stone for it, but seems more rural than Bangladesh. I would guess between those two. What is LK? I tried to figure out what that means. I can't think of what that means. Christopher Lex saying, it's a shame the official coverage in GeoGuessr Google Street is always daylight. Would be nice with night coverage in major cities. That's definitely a map that we can do. There's definitely a night map. We can set it up and just have Ill Tired navigate by the stars. Oh, okay, Ill Tired saying Sri Lanka. The alphabet doesn't match up. The Sri Lankan alphabet's a lot more curvy. The alphabet we have here is a lot more like straight lines. See, it's this script has the line going across and then it has other lines that don't make sense to me. The Sri Lankan script looks a little more like, not like that. I'd say it looks more like that, which is different. Yeah, exactly. Cat saying this looks like a Bengali script though. And yes, we did get that trekker coverage, that nighttime trekker coverage in Macau a few weeks ago. Gotcha, Ill Tired saying okay. I think I'm more leaning toward Bangladesh here. Makes sense with the attire, but I'm not 100% educated on that. So if others are, please provide your input. This feels like a road that cars shouldn't be on. I'll keep on going. Yeah, Cat saying leaning toward Bangladesh too. Come on. Is this guy just riding on the vibes? Whatever floats the boat. I'm really feeling Bangladesh here. I feel like in India we usually see an Indian flag by now. Let's go this way. This looks nice. Jungle here. Keep on going. Ooh. What's this fence? Okay, well, that sucks. I don't know why, but I just remembered this. So I'll be in the Philippines in, what's today? About a month. Just over a month. And I booked a place. I was so stupid when I booked the hotel. Because I kind of forgot that I'm catching cool wear in the Philippines. Just Manila, actually. It's a week in Manila. But I kind of forgot that I was going until yesterday and was like, oh, that's a month away. I should book a hotel. So I went online. I spent about 45 minutes trying to find a hotel that I liked. and I forgot. So when I set up the hotel search, I forgot that I had been really pretentious and used the filter has to have a pool. Realistically, I will use the pool once, because I'm the kind of person who, when I travel, I'm not hanging out at the hotel pool. I like going around and seeing stuff. But I ended up spending a lot more money on it. Like, I eventually booked the place with the coolest pool because I'm an idiot, and then removed the filter after I bought it, non-refundable, and saw there was stuff infinitely cheaper right in the heart of Manila that I did not see and would have totally done instead of the place kind of on the outskirts that I it was just so stupid. But I'll send pictures from the pool in a month. Cat saying, I grew up in Manila. Okay, lore drop. Maybe I can give tips. Yeah, I know a few people over there, and they recommended Old Town, and they said they'll show me around a bit. So hoping I'll get, pretty decent tour. It's be cool. Sammy Marco saying, how do you forget you're going to the Philippines? More of it's just not top of mind. It's not, because a week from now will be in Kazakhstan. So it's not like that's just not the most relevant thing on my mind right now. And it just kind of hit me yesterday. I was like, oh, I should get a hotel before it's $1 billion. Katz is asking, what's the area where your hotel is booked? I'll try to remember it on the map here. It's here-ish? I think it's about here. That looks correct. But yeah, could have gotten right in the center of Manila for so much cheaper if I had turned off the pool filter and not been a moron. Ooh, another gate. WDig asking, OMG, how long is that flight? No idea. Couldn't tell you. Long. Really long. Rory Shea saying, don't dox yourself, brug. It's a hotel in this region. It's not doxing. Ill Tired saying, I always go refundable. Things change. You can always cancel and rebook. Non-refund. Well, yeah, that's a good point. I was just like, no, I like this, and did it. Live and you learn. Eco Park. I don't know this. Yeah. Does this mean anything to anybody? It's in English, so hopefully it's legible to someone. Katz is saying the place I grew up is a district called Tondo, north of the old town of Manila. It's kind of slummy. How north? So Old Town's here. Here's Tondo. There we go. There's Katz's home. That's awesome. Iltired saying, WDig, I've taken the world's longest flight. 19.5 hours. Newark to Singapore. Nightmare. That's a nightmare. Iltired also, if I wanted to spend 159,000 points, I could take it again to Taiwan mid-April, but it was a beast of a flight. Yeah, what's that like? That's how many movies is that? It's like 10 movies. That's horrible. Ugh. Yeah, WDig saying, hope you slept a lot. Sammy Marco saying, hope you had business class. There we go. Outline of Bangladesh right here. Anyone object to Bangladesh? And Kat saying, glad you have friends there in Manila to show you around. Enjoy. Thank you. It'll be fun, I hope. And they'll tired saying, took it in biz. We'll have to dig through my photo records. That's okay. 20 hours in business class is kind of sick. Like, that's not too bad. But Christopher likes saying, I've taken a 16-hour flight from LAX to Melbourne. And realize that's 16 hours. I was in front of the plane an hour before boarding, wondered how they were going to get that thing off the ground. Oh, so I imagine it was absolutely massive. Have you all seen, there's that flight, I think it's Santiago to Auckland or Sydney, and due to the curvature of the earth, if you watch it on a flight tracker, it goes like this. It's just crazy to watch. and it's just out there all alone. Absolutely wild flight. But Zoe's saying, I had a 16-hour to Qatar, 9-hour layover, then 6 hours to China. Jeez. Way back was 8/3/19. That's a nightmare. What even happens to your sleep schedule at that point? It just dies. You just don't sleep anymore. Kat saying, I wish I had money for business class, but I'm okay with economy for very long flights. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I sleep better in economy than in business. Which is a pretentious thing to say. Fully acknowledge that. Sammy Marco saying, everyone here is so well traveled, it's crazy. Is your flight from NYC to Manila direct? No. No, it is not. We'll be connecting on the West Coast, which kind of sucks. But we roll with it. No one objected to Bangladesh, largely because we were talking about other stuff, but I will take that as permission to go with Bangladesh. Tired saying, I just open up credit cards for the points. Same. Not a ton, like 2. But I do economy otherwise. Yeah, I've only ever done business when it's like so slightly, it's like just like a little bit more expensive. And I'm like, oh, I could justify that. Only for long flights too. But what's it? Zoe saying I literally skipped sleep for a day. So when I got back to New York, I was fine. It was all economy and aisle seats. Aisle seats where it's at. I hate having to wake up people to go to the bathroom. But that's I think, and again, said it before, say it again. The not sleeping strategy works. The cat saying, I think the only direct flights are through LAX or San Francisco. Christopher likes saying Atlanta Bogota isn't bad, just avoid Spirit. Yeah. Spirit's not terrible. It works. But definitely want to see Colombia at some point. Sammy Marcos saying it's 14 hours from LA to Manila. Don't say that. Don't tell me that. W Dig saying I'm team window 100%. I'm team window domestic, team aisle international, team aisle transcontinental. I will go to the bathroom 3 times. I don't want to make everyone get up in the middle of the night so that I can go to the bathroom. And then everyone's up, so the whole aisle goes to the bathroom. And I hate that. Barkaxbolt. No idea what that means. No idea what language that is. Yeah, I'm not even going to guess. Kat saying I have a 14-hour flight later from Dubai to Toronto, which I'm not looking forward to. That sounds horrible. That is far. Okay, W Dig saying Hungarian. I can vibe with that. Zoe saying window was good to lean against to sleep, but so claustrophobic. I did that recently on a flight that I will be revealing in 7 minutes. It was, I think, 10 hours. And I just curled up like against the window, and it was the nicest sleep I've ever had on a plane. Cat saying, same for me, Ewan. I need the aisle to get to the bathroom. I had a bad experience once, then tried to control my pee when I got window. Exactly. There was one time I couldn't wake the guy up on the aisle seat, and I was just like, freaking out. Yeah, Cat saying Hungarian. Let's go up here and read this. Yeah, this is Hungarian. Anyone object to that? Keep looking. What do we think? Christopher likes saying team window here. Oh, okay, no, Romania. Oh, okay. Christopher likes saying team window here. I can't do aisle, too many morons passing by you. Makes sense. That's fair. I don't know, you can just kind of stick out your foot and trip them and be like, oop, that's what you get for being a moron. Okay, everyone's saying wait. Cat, yeah, I'm waiting. Sammy Marco saying I had to go to the bathroom on the way back from Reykjavik and just held it because I didn't want to annoy the French guy on the end of the row. See, that's the thing. It's awkward. if you're at the end of the row, you have full control over when you go to the bathroom. But Cats and WDig seem to think we are along the Hungarian-Romanian border, so let's keep looking then. Zoe's saying the China trip was through a school, though, so you couldn't even choose the seat. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. That's, at least it wasn't middle. Middle's the worst. But Katz is saying this is Romanian dual language. I know Brasov is in Romania. Okay, so Katz is saying it's Hungarians in Romania, so theory is in a Hungarian-speaking part of Romania. Christopher Lexing, this is near Budapest. Ooh, interesting. Oh, .ro, Romania. I think this might be Romania. Zoe's saying, but in aisle I got more snacks and food, plus I looked young and scared enough they kept on giving me the kids' toys. Playing the game, yeah. If that's what gets you the toys, go for it. But we're good. Yeah, Kat's saying Hungarian-speaking parts of Romania. WDig saying, very good point, they wouldn't have Romanian on signs in Hungary. Because, as, you know, Hungary used to be significantly larger than it currently is, so a lot of Hungarians got stuck outside of the borders of Hungary rather than the other way around. So it would make sense. Any objections to Romania? Kat saying having an eye mask on a long flight was a game changer. That's a good thought. I'll bring my eye mask for the flight out to Kazakhstan. Managed to sleep on the aisle while wearing it. That's awesome. I feel like I sleep horribly on the aisle. I booked aisle for the flight that I was talking about where I curled up at the window, but I got to the aisle and the people in the seats had changed, but it was totally, normally I'd be like, all right, no. But it was totally it was a woman and her dad, and she was like, he's going to get up to go to the bathroom 10 times. You don't want to be on the aisle. I was like, fair enough. I will take the window. Sammy Marco is quoting song lyrics that I don't think I know. Also, this says bet.Romania over here, so we are good. Yep, that is deep in Romania. That is not like on the border. That's deep in there. Zoe asking aisle in the center or aisle on the sides? Aisle on the sides. Aisle on the sides. I'm not a center fan. It feels too weird. I feel too in the middle of everything. Dual script. Dun dun dun. Okay, EU plate. I'm feeling Bulgaria. Let's look. Semi Marco saying Serbia, also entirely possible. .bg. Probably Bulgaria. So let's keep on moving. Cat saying Bulgaria sent. Let's just look around for a second. Cars travel. No, this won't say Bulgaria on it. Let's do some driving. Simi Mark was saying he didn't know that Bulgaria did dual script. It does do dual script. It's Bulgaria, Serbia, North Macedonia, and Montenegro, I think, are the 4 that do Latin and Cyrillic. I think. I know that each of those does, but there could be more. Yeah, exactly, Zoe. No trash can meta. What a shame. And my efforts to learn Cyrillic before going to Central Asia have not been amazing. Kat saying, yeah, they do dual script in Bulgaria, but more Cyrillic in Bulgaria. Okay. WDig saying, didn't Central Asia just ditch their Cyrillic? Uzbekistan has fully Kazakhstan is Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan all still have it. Keep going, keep going. Okay, also, it is now 9 a.m. Or not 9 a.m., it's 9 p.m. Which means it's the big reveal. Also, Sammy Marco saying, DC Metro at their busiest Saturday possibly ever, at least since 2012. It was insanely busy. That's insane. Was it weather related? Because I know here in New York, it got to like 70s out of nowhere, and then now it's back to 40s today. But, okay, Kat saying Kazakhstan and Mongolia are dual script. I forgot about Mongolia. So, darkness. So, basically, have not uploaded a video for a while. That's because at WDick saying, OMG, everyone and their mother was in Central Park yesterday. Yeah, as was I, and I guess so were you. It was wild. But haven't uploaded a video in a while. Got hurt last year, blah, blah, blah. It's better to lay low on the internet. So just kept streaming. Once I felt okay enough to start recording stuff again, I did, but wasn't posting it. We're finally at the point where I can post things again. So next video is coming once I am done editing it, which will be a bit, because now I'm leaving the country in a week. But I thought it'd be fun. We have 3 new videos coming out that have been filmed. I thought it'd be fun if I show you pictures from these videos and we try to guess where they are. So, first one is this picture. And I'm starting out with the hardest pictures. So these will get easier. Just kind of nondescript river right here, dead trees, little fort, path. Any thoughts? It's very gray. Sammy Marco saying edit on the plane. I was able to go to some Iceland. Go do some to Iceland. Wait, what? But here we go. We'll move on to the second picture from the next video. We have this spooky houses on this river. Zoe saying Antarctica. I wish. Sammy Marco saying European architecture. Interesting catch. Rory Shea saying Boston. Maybe. Moving on to our third picture. We have this. W. Dick saying getting New England vibes. Interesting. Sammy Marco saying American houses, though. Get your guesses in because the next one will make it very clear. It will fully give it away. Zoe saying beautiful places like vampire houses. That was how it felt. Sammy Marco saying St. Louis. No, nobody's gotten it yet. Finally, the reveal. Christopher Lex saying St. Louis. We have this picture from the next video as well. If this is a giveaway, Cat saying Montreal. We got it. This is Montreal. Yep, Zoe saying Canada. This is yep, Montreal. Il Tired saying Quebec. W. Dig saying not the Orette. Vive le Québec, libre. Yeah, Montreal, Quebec. Yeah, there were a lot of stop signs on that one sign. Il Tired saying also wanted to go so I could force you to speak French. I know. This happened before everyone was saying, oh, you should go to Montreal. This happened like a week before everyone started saying that, and I had to just be like, oh yeah, haha, wouldn't that be crazy? Already gone. So this is the video that I'm currently working on. Should it end up being an hour? Right now, the main bit is just kind of recording the voiceover and the background to this one because there's actually like a whole backstory to this video, which is really cool. I think it's a really good one for kind of making a return. Cat saying looking forward to it. I love Montreal. I love Montreal. This was such a fun trip. This was such an amazing trip. Yeah, Simi Marcos saying I want to go to Montreal. Il Tired saying yes, I love the city and the poutine. I I didn't have poutine when I went. Cat saying, I know you are where you are in that pic. That's Mount Royale. Yep, exactly. This is where I started the video. So the video opens up with the camera on the tripod. I'm right here, and I explain what the video is. Tired also saying, I want to go to Montreal. Oh, correcting Sammy Marco's French, maybe? It's French. Who cares? Zoe saying, if you had to be Batman in any city, which city besides NYC? Does it have to be US or can it be elsewhere? But that's the next video. After that one, we have this place. And I've blacked out, there's trash can meta here where it literally says the place. And then I also blacked out some of the plates. Any city. I'm looking at my world map right now. I feel like Shanghai would be cool. There's enough big buildings there. Tired saying maybe round 2 in Quebec City or Ottawa. Really want to go to Quebec City. That's on my list of things to do while living in New York. Christopher Lex saying looking forward to this. As am I. I'm so excited to get these out. Genuinely. Kat saying Europe. Sammy Marco saying South Europe. All right. Let's move on to our second picture from the second video. It's this. This one isn't too revealing, but I just really like this shot. So I'll just leave it up for a second. Kat saying, I love Quebec City. Have you been? Because it looks stunning. It looks like this beautiful little European city. Kind of the old part of Montreal. Kat saying Ottawa, not that much unless you love museums. Yeah, I think going back to Toronto, I think is higher on my list than Ottawa is. Sammy Marco saying this looks like Spain. So, moving on to the third image from the second video, we have this. Christopher Lex saying Barcelona. Barcelona. That wasn't intentional. Barcelona. So this is the third image. Soak it in. Kat saying San Jose, Costa Rica. No one's got it yet. We'll move on to the final image. I'm not sure if you guys will get this one, but maybe someone will. Sammy Marco saying looks a little like Spain. It does, and there's a reason for that. Sammy Marco saying Panama. That's a good one. Moving on to the final one. I don't know if anyone will know what this is. I think maybe someone. I think Christopher Like could maybe get this. This is a very specific soccer game. And it's kind of, yeah, exactly. Sammy Marco saying, I don't know football. Exactly. So that's why I was saying I'm not sure if anyone will. Rory Shea saying Argentina. That is correct. Yep. Sammy Marco saying BA, Buenos Aires. This is, yeah, W. Dig saying I see Copa Libertadores, but I don't know where. This was last year's Copa Libertadores final, November, a couple months ago. Sammy Marco saying Buenos Aires again. Yep. Por siempre. Christopher Lex saying Buenos Aires. Yes, this is Argentina, Buenos Aires. This is the Copa Libertadores final between who was it? Botafogo and Atlético Mineiro, two Brazilian clubs. And yep, Sammy Marco saying I didn't know you'd be going again or went again. Yes, I did. I've been moving in silence, all leading up to this big surprise. But yeah, that was the Copa Libertadores final. Went to that. There will be a video for that. Botafogo. Yes, exactly, Rory Shea. Botafogo. Christopher Like saying the guy in the hat gives it away. I needed to give it away somehow. But W. Dig saying these hidden trips are insane. Yeah. This is what I've been doing when I'm like, oh, no stream this week. That's where I've been going. They're little weekend trips, which is psychotic. This next one is interesting. This next one was this is the video that I'm most looking forward to. Really looking forward to the Montreal one. This one is going to be very interesting. This was the trip that I've been, like there's no adjective that I can use to describe this one or what this video is going to be. It was just the most trip. It was so weird. Sammy Marco saying Buenos Aires for the weekend is insane. This next one for the weekend will be also insane. This one was Cat saying, I wish I could do weekend trips like that. It's points. And it's being on the East Coast gets you places easy. So this is the first picture from the third video that I'm showing. W-Dig saying, I'm scared. It was, this one was an adventure. This one was very much an adventure. Sammy Marco saying there's no way you went to Nigeria like we joked. Iltired saying Dakar. Cat saying Haiti. Haiti would be wild. W-Dig saying Senegal. Iltired and W-Dig are correct. This is Dakar, Senegal. This was 2 days off work. This was so stupid. Yep, Sammy Marco noticing the French over. Oh, I guess I guess you can't see my mouse. But yeah, WD saying bruh, not a weekend in Dakar. Yeah, no, it was really stupid. But to go through the photos, didn't expect anyone to get that immediately. Cat saying wow, flew there for only 2 days. That's a while. Or that's wild. Yeah, it was so weird. It was like landing in Dakar, flying in from JFK, and seeing Senegal out the window, knowing that I'll be at work in a couple days. It was just so weird. I was like, what is this? What am I doing? So yeah, we have this picture as well. Iltired saying, OMG, did you go to that giant statue we saw in GeoGuessr? I did see it. I saw it as I went by in a taxi, actually. Didn't get the chance to go into it and really see it because I was doing some other stuff. Genuinely, this will be such a funny video because it's just so wacky and random. I'm so looking forward to editing this video and getting it out there for you all to see. Sammy Marco saying, Ewan's friend, what did you do over the weekend, Ewan? I went to Dakar for the weekend. No, literally, having to explain it to people was so funny. So yeah, that picture, and then this picture here. I stayed 2 blocks from right here. But yeah, Rory chasing farming dad lore. Yeah, this was a trip. Dakar was wild. But those are the videos that are coming up. It will be, with the trips coming up, it will be slow to edit them. So there will be a video that goes on the channel that'll say hey, this is, the new videos are coming, been away for a year, not intentionally. And new stuff to come. Moved to New York, can post again, lots of new stuff. So that'll be cool. I'll also probably do a rebrand because the name of the channel is just so hard to explain to people. Meet so many people here in New York now, and they're like, oh, eventually I have to explain why I just went to Senegal, which was a few weeks ago. It was literally a week before. I think it was the week before I moved to New York, or the week prior to moving to. It was either 2 weeks or 1 week before moving to New York that I went to say. It was ridiculous. I have to explain why I did that and why I'm going to Central Asia, and the YouTube channel comes up and people are like, what's the name of it? And I'm like, I'm an idiot and made it something that I if I tell you it, you can't type it in. So probably going to rebrand, which would be helpful. But yeah, that's W-Dig saying, no, this is actually so cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cat saying, I've only done one weekend trip when it's close, like LA or Montreal, but not that far. Can't say I recommend it. Really lack the sleep, but it's so worth it to get to see some other corner of the world. I didn't need more time in Dakar than 2 days. That was more than enough time. And I took 2 days off work. There was 2 travel days, 2 days in Dakar, and that was it. And that was all I needed. It was awesome. Sammy Marco saying, white boy goes to Dakar, shenanigans ensue. Christopher saying the Dakar rally would be a sight. That would be cool. I did not see that, but it would be cool. The cat saying, looking forward to your videos. Take your time to edit. Thank you. Yeah, W-Dig saying 3 continents plus Asia coming up. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a reasonable world where I do 6 continents in 2025. So stay tuned. Zoe's saying, what's the name lore? And yeah, Semi Marco answers, it's just the name, it's my name forward and backwards. Not creative whatsoever. Needs to be changed. El Tired saying I should do that. Don't give me bad ideas. It's a pretty fun idea. I was looking earlier. It's possible to go to India for 24 whole hours July 4th weekend. On points for like 900. Or no, it's like $1,100 and it would be on points. So free. But probably not going to do that. That would be ridiculous. W Dick saying rebrand idea, just your current channel name, but backwards. Big brain. Yeah, Cat saying, wow, 6 continents in a year. Sammy Marco saying, yeah, it's a good rebrand for you, Sammy Marco. I like that. Oops, there we go. Okay. Sammy Mamas. Cat saying, I did 7 continents within a span of 2 years. I didn't know you've been to Antarctica. Why is it doing this? Okay, I guess we have to go this way. Sammy Marco saying, no, that's insane. No, I know. It's insane, but it keeps tempting me. That's the problem. Like, I'd want to do India. I'd want to do South Asia as some 2-week amazing trip. But the temptation to go to Delhi for 24 hours for a weekend is just too... It's just too tempting. It's too funny. Yeah, Worry Shay saying, yo. Zoe saying, good night, chat. See you all next week. See you next week, Zoe. Good night. Oh, wait. No stream next week. I'll be in Kazakhstan. Don't come next week. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying good night. Cat saying good night. W. Dixon, how do we get Ewan on the Amazing Race? That'd be cool. I tried to do that at the end of college and then I forgot. Cat saying, Ewan, please don't do that. I worry for your health. Valid. So valid. That was... I had to get so many shots to go to Senegal. I get 3 of them at the same time at one point. It was like yellow fever, a polio booster, and another one. All at the same time. And those weren't even the ones that made me sick. I don't remember which one made me sick. But it hurt. Like, my arm was in pain. I went to Walgreens. I was like, oh, let me get this. And they were like, you can't get it. You can't just get this shot. I think it was meningitis. I think it was a meningitis booster. They're like, you can't just get this. And then they looked at my vaccine history and they were like, well, you got yellow fever and polio booster 2 weeks ago, so you're clearly going somewhere. And then they sat me down and they like eyeballed that. They just went like whoop, with the needle. That wasn't even like a close, no 3, 2, 1, just boop. And I was like, ah. My arm hurt for like a day and a half. And I was sick. Christopher Lex saying, here's an idea, Ewan. Try Tokyo and stay in those capsule hotels and eat out of the vending machines. I do want to do Tokyo, but Tokyo's a further down the road thing. It's too safe to go right now. Doing the dangerous places right now. Or dangerous. The less normal places now. That's the vibe. Let's go to the weird places while I'm in my 20s. Like Dakar. Dakar was so funny. It was so funny. I cannot wait for that video to come out. I was actually... Wait, there's a picture from it that I didn't show. I didn't show that, I don't think. Oop, yeah, lovely little picture. Yeah, there we go. Back to Bulgaria. Yeah, W. Dick saying Dakar for the weekend is still sending me. Yeah. You know how hard that was? You know how stupid I felt explaining that to my coworkers? It was so funny. Cat's asking, how long will you be in Central Asia? I assume it might not be a long trip either. Oh, it's like 10 days? The whole thing's 10 days. Like, New York standing in New York to standing in New York again will be a 10-day difference. Ochevo. I think we've seen this city before. It's in Bulgaria, right? Ochevo. Am I insane? Tired saying, well, I always wanted to visit Chernobyl and clearly dangerous right now, not even nuclear. Yeah, I think we're not going to do that. I'm going to go with no to Chernobyl. That one's a little too far. I'm not pulling that one off. Rogozari. Nah, not seeing it. Maybe it's in Serbia. Cat saying, wow, only 10 days. I'm going for 21 days, but still that should be good experience for you. Yeah. It's I'm just trying to cover as much of the map as possible. I'm so curious about. Oh, okay. Ilyusha was on our last Bulgaria round. Christopher likes in Bulgaria. Let's do it. Nice. It's like I just want to see so much of the world. I'm not spending time in. This is Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyz plate, and just general vibes. It's like I'm not as bothered about getting the extensive amount of time there. I just want to see it. I want to be like, whoa, I know what this looks like now. I know what's here. But yeah, Cat saying Kyrg. Anyone object to that? It'll be here in a week and a half. Which is insane to think about. Yeah, Kyrg flag. Let's do it. Cat saying same here, Ewan. I did 14 countries in 20 days before. That's wild. I'm assuming that's Europe. I feel like that's the only place you could reasonably do that. But yeah, you're in the 60s or 70s now for countries visited, right? Yeah, Cat saying yes, Europe, easy to do it there. Yep, 69. That's what I thought. Delmar AG. Ooh, W Dig saying, wait, thoughts on the new Kyrg flag? I didn't know until recently, but they slightly modified it last year. Hold on. I did not know this. New. Come on, keyboard. New Kyrg flag. Does that really count? I feel like that's pretty much the same thing. It looks a little different. It looks like a corporate rebrand. It's like when brands go minimalist. That's kind of how it feels like. Iltartson casually has Google Flights in his shortcut history. This is the account for streams. I've only searched stuff on stream here. This is when we looked at flights from Frankfurt to Yellowknife, I think. But I'm feeling... Okay, I was going to say feeling Germany, but that's very much not a German plate. What are these cars? I'm not sure what these plates are. Yeah, old tired son. That's never know. Might still do the weekend in India. It's so stupid, but... Oh, W Dig saying this feels very Swiss. I like that. I like that a lot. I think Swiss is the vibe here. Griffer Swill. Look at this dude running. Freiwillig. It's like Friesite, which I say incorrectly. Yeah. Katz is saying yes, Switzerland. Let's do it. Any objections? Eltard saying I'll let you know what city I end up with and we can hang out in Taipei or Seoul. I think you might be in a different part of Asia when you're there. But let's go ahead with Switzerland. Love it. 19. This feels Spanish. Feels very Spanish. Just driving along the road. Zooming about. I don't know, is there anything that can stop us from having to drive around here for a while? I don't think so, unfortunately. Ooh, Christopher Alexis, India's placed a bid for the 2030 Commonwealth Games with the intent of bidding for and hosting the 2036 Summer Olympics. That would be really cool. That would be a really cool time. I would enjoy that. We'd definitely travel for that. Here we go. We have this building here. What is this? I feel like you shouldn't put a door. It's like a 3-foot drop. That doesn't feel safe. Let's see, we have another little building up here. Concrete slabs, just yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one. This one might take a while. Anyone get up to anything interesting this week? Oop. Vamos. Keep on going. Zoom. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Oh, it's Greece. Okay. Greece and Spain do kind of look similar. That's valid. Yeah, Cat saying Greece. Let's do Greece. Rory Shea asking, speaking of slabs, are you going to see the Minecraft movie? Who isn't going to see the Minecraft movie? You think I would miss such a culturally relevant event? That's going to be amazing. That's, I would never miss that. That'll be just to experience that in the theater. Just cinema. Amazing. Christopher likes saying, I'm not sure how they would land the 2036 games with Brisbane having the 2032 games. Forgot about that. Does Oceania not count as a separate area? Or does that count as Asian qualification? Kat saying, I'm now trying to do more Duolingo lessons recently to prepare for my upcoming trips. Yeah, good for you. That's, learn the Russian that I couldn't. I'm excited for you. Hopefully then you can translate some of the Cyrillic that we see on here for us. It's such a hard language. It's so hard. I've got a bit of it, but then the rest is like, it's just so hard. I'm just so unfamiliar with it. Yeah, Kat's saying I'll do Russian over the summer after I come back from my European trip in May. Nice. When you're doing I did not expect this. You're doing your Central Asia trip in August, right? Yeah, did not expect that. This could be Bulgaria. Or no, that would be dual script then, wouldn't it? Ukraine. Okay, W Dig saying that says broad. Yeah, yep, Semi Marco confirming. Cat saying yes, end of August till first half of September. Okay, sick. Ooh, Skyrift, good point. Tiny Skyrift. Little bit. Maybe not. No, I don't think it's there. But that'll be good, weather-wise. Since we were gonna go, I think it was originally March, and then we thought, no, it'll be maybe a little too cold. So, went with April. Cat saying one thing I found the day after I land in Kyrgyzstan is the Independence Day. Oof. That'll be cool, though. That'll be a fun time. Like, you won't get the casual experience of Kyrgyzstan, but you'll get unexperience for sure. W Dig saying maybe Macedonia. I can get behind that. Can definitely get behind that. Let's keep on moving. WDig says the well just says water. Awesome. What language did it say it in? Just maybe that would, I guess water, something that simple is probably the same across multiple languages. Just going down this road, looking for more clues. Okay, yep, exactly. Voda is like every Slavic language. Yep, of course. Let's look at this car. I don't see a European plate. Cat saying put a K in there and now it's vodka. Big brain, that's how you turn water into vodka. You just add a K. Amazing. Oh, here we go. European plate. This is, oh, here we go. Here's some stuff. Ooh. Okay, dual script. Who's gonna find it first? Biogard. Anyone getting anything from this? Let me go and move it to where you can see all of the text. I forget that I blocked some of the screen. Okay, Biograd is Belgrade. Just curious about that. All right, let's do it. Love it. 21. Killing it. This is... feels like Argentina. So let's check out this farm. Oh, I'm completely wrong. This is North America. This is the US or Canada. Cool. That's why I don't say places off the initial vibe. Then I look like an idiot. So now we just gotta figure out which one it is, US or Canada. Got some cows. Yep. We need a speed limit sign. Or if that stop sign says arrête, it does not, or we at least can't see it. Oh, good point, Cat. US because the mailbox is in front of the house, but you're saying hold on. I forget Canadians don't have mailboxes. Where? I'm curious what we're holding on for, Cats. I feel like that's pretty like slam dunk evidence. Because I'm looking for a speed limit sign, and I don't think we're going to find one anytime soon. Just driving around, vibing out. Okay, Cat's saying they might have mailboxes in the random farm areas. Or random mailboxes in the farm areas. That does make sense. Well, we've got to find a speed limit sign. Sammy Marco saying, what if it's like the middle of North Dakota? I've been there and there's nothing. Then this will be a while. Will be some time. Ooh, I just realized I can send in the interesting foods bit now the food that I had in Senegal, because it was quite nice. Stop. I had like a lobster something one night. I'll send it in the interesting foods bit. It was really good. That was insane. Oh wow, Sammy Marco saying next stream I'll probably know if I'm going to Virginia Tech or not. as I said last week, fingers and toes crossed for you. Everyone else do the same. Good luck, dude. That's huge. Man. Where else did you apply, Sammy Marco? Minimum maintenance, travel at your own risk. Cat saying this gives prairie Canada vibes, like southern Alberta. Yep. Which is... yeah, that's... who knows? We pretty much need someone to have a flag, or we need a speed limit sign in order to tell. So that's... oh, there we go. Well, I mean Alberta. No, which one is it? That's... is it Alberta? There's the joke that it's basically a U.S. state, like the way it... what's the joke? There's one of the middle Canada provinces where the joke is, like, culturally they're similar to the United States. But yeah, exactly, W. Dig, right on cue. Cat's saying this is the U.S. Okay, yeah, Cat's is saying Alberta's called the Texas of Canada. It's Alberta then. W. Dig saying Saskatchewan probably. Isn't there also that thing with Alberta that there aren't any rats in Alberta? They just went insane with rat control, and it's been actually successful. 3-star auto spare parts trad. Yep, Cat's saying that there are no rats in Alberta. I saw a rat last night. It was big. It's a big rat. Reduce speed, so we have English, Arabic, but where specifically? Let's keep on going. I'm not gonna try it. It's this. Okay, yeah. Almakta. This is desolate. Really weird. It feels like we're outside of a planned city. Almakta. I guess we go to Almakta. Cat saying, yeah, remember the rats in Manila too. Some are as big as a cat. That's insane. There's a fat rat. Oop, flag. UAE? Let's check. Yes, that's UAE. Anyone object to that? Yep, Cat saying UAE. Keep on going. Yep, W. Dig saying send the Emirates. Let's do it. US or Canada. Lincoln Ave, US. Dundee Ave. This just is the US. Yeah, speed limit 30. Yeah, that's 100%. Any objections? United States don't really need to move here. It's just is the US. Let's look at this billboard. Yep, more all day. Hooray. Yep, W. Dig saying yes. There it is. Forgot where to go for a second. Cat saying, speaking of the UAE, going back from Central Asia, I decided to spend an overnight in Dubai. Might do some sandboarding. That sounds awesome. Hope you enjoy that. That'll be okay. Awesome. That'll be that's a cool layover. Layovers are underrated. We've definitely talked about this before, but if you just maximizing layovers is awesome. It's just a free trip somewhere else in the middle of your other trip. That's what we're doing with Istanbul next weekend. Iltard saying, oh, I had an overnight as well. Checked out Burj Khalifa. That's got to be awesome. There's definitely a lot of people who do that too, because Dubai is kind of a massive connecting airport. Same with Doha. Cat saying, yeah, friend from Bahrain is encouraging me to do it, and UAE is a new country for me too. There we go, 70. Man, it's probably painful to go from 69 to 70. You get the meme number. You only have the meme number for a few months. That sucks. What does this say? Can't make out a word. Yeah, Cat's saying, I know. Tisk tisk. Little house protected by ADT. Is that a thing outside of the States? Because this doesn't look like the States. Got little, I don't know what's going on here. Cat saying, oh, okay, I will lose the meme number in May anyway. Darn. I want to go to 3 new countries after my friend's wedding in the UK. You're doing the Baltic states, right? I remember you saying? Yeah, this is not the US. That's not a US plate. I have a thought, but I'm not going to say it. But I do have a thought. Christopher likes saying, don't you need to get a 36-hour visa for UAE with a layover? Ooh. Maybe Canadians don't. Maybe it's a US thing. Okay, yeah, Cat saying yes, Lithuania, Latvia, then one more. Look at the dogs. Look at this dog. That is a fluffy dog. That is cute. Oh, they stopped running. Where's the fluffy dog? Huh. Iltard saying no visa. They literally just stamped my passport and I went in. Oh, wait. Warishay is saying the A in ADT is American. This isn't the US, though. That's the thing. This 100% is not the US. Right? Cat saying for Canadians, we are visa-free for UAE, same for Central Asian countries and Turkey. That's why I decided to, do that trip, because no visa issues. Iltard asking Mexico. These aren't Mexican plates either. Mexican plates have the same dimensions as US plates. So, I feel like it's Southern Cone. Hold up. What's this say? Yeah. I think it's Chile or Argentina. Leaning more toward Chile. Humecol. Yeah. It is in Spanish. This is a Spanish-speaking country. I can't quite make out the plates. I don't know if I checked Turkey visas. I don't think we need a visa for Turkey. I really can't remember. Cat saying back in 2020 I did plan to go to Turkey. I already have my e-visa approved, but that got canceled due to the pandemic. Yeah. That would make sense. Sorry to hear that. Oh, Iltard saying yes you do, I think. Well, US visa map. No, we're good. We are so good. There we go. Turkey. Turkey. Visa not required. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're good. Right? US visa restriction Turkey. I don't know how to spell the new version of it. Yep, without a visa. We're good. Chillin' in what I think is Chile. I'm pretty sure that's a Chilean plate. Cat saying Iltard, they changed it sometime in the past few years. They changed it from an e-visa to visa-free. Iltard saying, I went in 2015, so things may have changed. Had to do a prior authorization thing. Gotcha. Well, Quinta, Los Milagros. I'm so confident that this is Chile. This looks exactly like the road that I had to walk down in the video where I was running through Chile. But we ran out of space there. What if I just went for Chile here? How do we feel about that? Because I think that's correct at this point. I'm very confident in this being Chile. Like, so super confident. I'm gonna big brain this. But I need approval from the chat. Cat saying, speaking of prior authorizations, I applied to get the UK ETA since now it's required. Thankfully, okay, got it in seconds. But I need to take pictures of myself on the UK ETA map. What's the UK ETA map? Oh, app. Yep, gotcha. Like for identification purposes? Would they not just use your passport photo? Club Juventud Melilla. Or I think this is Chile, so that would be Melilla. No, they don't say it how the Argentines do. I swear we're in this area. We're like so totally in this area. Oop. Iltard saying don't use the app. Website's 100%, 1,000 times better. Semi Marco saying UK has an ETA now. It's annoying, but we do it to them, so I get it. Yeah, we do have the ESTA visa for them to come here. Iltard saying they required a selfie when I went to London on my work trip. That's such an odd requirement in addition to the picture of the passport. Yeah, Kat saying you need that with the passport photo. That's so weird. Kat saying no, Iltard, you need the app to get the UK ETA because you need to take the selfies. That's so funny. I'm gonna do it. Does anyone object? Feel free to speak up. I am so confident in this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Well, yeah, Cat saying go for it. W Dig saying we trust your personal knowledge. And then you get to the point in the chat where we see that it was Uruguay. Yep, Semi Marco saying no. Cat saying want. Yep, spiraling. I was spiraling. Gone mental. Christopher like saying one round of my map. I completely agree. I was going to suggest the same thing. Where was it? I have the thing open, but I don't. Here it is. All right, World Capitals 2025 edition. Let's go. See, it always works when we lose with like 10-15 minutes left, because then we get to do a fun other map. Exactly, cats. We can have a fresh new start when I come back. Wow, that's crazy to think next time we'll be here, I will have died in a Turkish protest. It's crazy. Teatro Universidad de Chile. We're in Santiago. Yeah, this is San Cristobal Hill. Yeah, we're good. Iltard saying New York map. We do need to do the New York map again at some point. We will do the New York map post Central Asia. Yeah, Cat saying Santiago. I can actually, where is it? I can probably 5,000 this. No. This is Bella Vista over here, right? Yep. So, I think this is Plaza Pique. Yes, it is. So we are right there. Boom. Love it. All right. This one's, oh boy. Christopher, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why? Where is this? Puma. Yield sign. 60 kilometers. Yeah, Christopher like saying rare coverage. Yeah, quite rare. Tessa did. I don't even know what that word says. Insurance brokers. There's nothing. There's not even a sun. I have no idea where this is. Absolutely no clue. Actually, I have a thought. I totally have a thought. Cat saying, oh, okay, I think that's the name of the insurance broker. That makes sense. I have a thought. I think I might be cooking here. English-speaking country, right? We see all the English. Left-hand drive. Definitely former British colony, right? Schweib something Strasse, that's German. Oh, W. Dixon, wait, does it say Nelson Mandela on the sign? Where? There? Okay, JK, never mind. What if... Exactly, Semi Marco. Windhoek. What if this is Namibia? I think this could be... Yep, I think we're all on the same page. Katz is saying that's what I'm thinking. Semi Marco is saying Namibia. Iltar saying Durban. But Durban would have normal coverage. That's the problem. And I don't think this is a South African plate here. South African plates aren't yellow. Oh, yeah, Capitals map also. That's a good point. I think we're good with Namibia. Does anyone object to Namibia? I think... I seriously think this could be Namibia. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Semi Marco. English is the main language too. Iltard saying it, didn't realize we're doing capitals. W Dig saying this is Ewan's next weekend trip. I will be so completely honest. I looked at flights to Walvis Bay earlier today. Like completely, I looked at that today. For July 4th weekend. It was too expensive though. Sammy Marco saying you're insane, dude. It's Robert Mugabe Avenue. That's okay. All right, let's just send it. That is sick. That is awesome. No way. That is ridiculous. That was entirely just seeing... That was just from seeing whatever Strasse. That was awesome. That was clutch. Oh, man. Sammy Marco, big brain there too. Cat's also big brain. The three of us saw that. Oh, that was awesome. Sammy Marco saying I haven't even been to the UK or NYC. It's like I couldn't have done a weekend trip to Namibia years ago. That it's points. It's living like an hour from JFK is helpful. Although I had to connect for those weekend trips previously. Okay, this is not official coverage, which is a challenge. But yeah, Kat saying my first solo travel was going to London. You should go to the UK, Sammy. I think that'd be cool if you did that, Sammy Marco. That'd be a good experience. Ooh, come on, keep going. All right, cool. We can't really go that far. Campus France, Burundi. Well, how do we feel about Burundi? Burundi would track with unofficial coverage. So, yep, there we go. We seem to be in agreement there. We're at a roundabout. Let's say it's this roundabout. Nope, we were a roundabout away. Honestly, we're killing this. Burundi again. But yeah, Sammy Marco saying should go to the UK, but Ireland looks more fun. Oh, now we know which roundabout this is. Huh? Okay, yeah, we got that DC one before. Well, oh well. Refresh. There we go. Okay, where's this? Yeah, alright. We would have gotten that one. So add another, like, that was the one that's right by the observatory. So add like another 400 or 4,990 to whatever our final score is, because we've killed this. We are at this is maybe Cyprus. I think we've absolutely Namibia was mega mind. Namibia was so funny. I'm not gonna get over the Namibia one. That was so big brain. But yeah, Cat saying Nicosia, Cyprus. Let's just drop it somewhere. Yep. Okay, we killed that. We absolutely killed that. It's 9:58. Let's see what we can get to. Oh, here we go. Ill-Tired, this is your time to navigate by the stars. Go crazy. I'll leave it here for you. We got, those might be some stars right there. That's a star. W Dixon speed round. What do we feel about Astana for this? Yeah, Ill-Tired saying a bit bright. Yeah, I know. I think Astana is it's a planned city, kind of Soviet architecture. You have the gold lampposts. That's yep. Let's do it. Boom, just boom. No, it is the Turkmenistan one, just like Sammy Marco said. Yeah, Ashgabat 2 white. Whoops. Where's this? Oh, is this Sweden? This is gonna be Sweden, right? But that's French. That's English. Okay, well, just never mind. Yep, Swedish flag. Yep, Stockholm. Nice. Yeah, Kat saying, since it's almost time, enjoy your Central Asia trip, you, and thank you, Kat. Christopher, like, what is this? What is this? But yes, you were right, Sammy Marco. I have no idea what this is. Sammy Marco saying Soviet war relics. I feel like Tajikistan? Okay, Kat saying I'd sing Chad for this. I can get behind that. Where's the sun? Sun's to the southwest. Chad's above the equator. What do we think? This is an interesting one. Oh yeah, here are the buildings. Yeah, I can get behind Chad. Agree, disagree. How do we feel? Okay. Christopher Like is saying if I can remember, cats might be onto something. Let's do it then. This is the speed round. Okay, cool. Well, Eritrea. To be fair, Eritrea is like a hermit kingdom. Nobody knows what's going on there. This kind of feels like Korea, but it's not. Oh, University of Georgia. I'm assuming not the one in Athens, Georgia. I assume the one in, yeah, Tbilisi. Yes. That's funny that it's the same name, too. Georgia, Tbilisi, we're on a bridge. That bridge. Different bridge. Oh, boy. Caribbean island. Homestretch Avenue. Well, it is the 5th round. Let's look at these billboards. Spirit of the NBA. Real Magic. Birkenstock. This is a map. Katz is saying this feels like Bridgetown. I'm fine to go with whatever people think here. Rihanna Daly saying color. Yep. British spelling. Oh, here we go. Yep, Guyana Cup. It is in fact Georgetown. Yes, Georgetown. Guyana Cup. Let's do it. Boom. Love it. Okay, so we did okay on that one, not as good as the last one, but with that is it for the stream today. As I mentioned, no stream next week because Kazakhstan. And then the stream after that will be pushed to a Wednesday. The calendar's all up to date on the Discord. Sammy Marco saying have fun in Asia. See you later. Don't forget to post on the Discord. Absolutely will do. We'll see you all later. W Dig saying nice work, team. Safe travels. Appreciate it. I will see you all soon.